What's going on, everybody? I'm Jabby Kuwait, joined by SYNTELL Kuwait.
Hey, what's cracking, baby?
We are watching a video from Andrew Schultz and Akash Singh. This one is called Why Indian Weddings Are the Best. Andrew Schultz and Akash Singh. Flagrant clips. So I, on occasion, will listen to the Flagrant 2 podcast. Not listen to, but I'll watch it. I enjoy their comedy. As edgy as it can be, I know that's not for everybody, but I like a wide swath of things, you know? And Akash Singh is actually a friend. I'm very, very excited to see what they have to say about why Indian weddings are the best, especially with Andrew Schultz all dressed up in this Punjab getup here.
So, okay, so this isn't his like normal attires. I'm basing that off
but
the
Andrew
context?
Schultz is such a character. He'll do this. Like,
Yo, is that British Biggie in the back right? Oh my gosh, that's absolutely incredible.
You guys, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, vote this up. Subscribe to SYNTELL as well, and to Flagrant's podcast. There's links in the description below. I'm going to link specifically the Flagrant Clips YouTube channel, so you can click on that, give the original upvote, subscribe to them from there. Follow Akash Singh on the social media. Dope-ass guy. Here we go.
I had an absolutely amazing time at this wedding. I do think that Indian weddings are the best weddings. I've been thinking about this a lot.
I have been too.
And I'm not saying this for pandering reasons. I think they are the best weddings. And this is why. Okay. Expectation, as long as your reality exceeds the expectation, you think it's an amazing time.
Yeah.
Right? The cool thing about an Indian wedding, especially as like a white person or non-Indian that's going into it, right, is outside of my interactions with you, my only interactions with Indians are in like the highest levels of professionalism, right? A doctor, don't be joking around with me that much if you're a doctor. A dentist, don't be kidding around. Don't show too much personality. Fix me, bro. So you see...
Yeah, that's funny because I like for real, like if my doctor who comes up and she's like, I want to tell you about my cats. No, I need to worry about this thing that's on me right now. I need you to focus, ma'am. Focus. So
you see like this muted version of Indians, right? It's always in some sort of professional setting. They're not being that silly because oftentimes the jobs they choose are very high stakes. You're the CEO of a company. Don't be kidding around. Guy who runs Google. Make sure to Googles.
No more time for that.
No more time, right? And then outside of that, it's a very tightly knit community, so there's not that many people from the outside that are going to get access to it. So the first time a lot of non-Indians see Indians actually being Indian is at the wedding, right?
We assimilate everywhere else. Everywhere else, hey, what do you do? We'll figure it out. We'll keep our stuff as much as we can, but we're going to assimilate to what you do. Indian wedding, you're going to assimilate to us.
Yes, and what's so interesting is the assimilation process is nothing. We're way more similar. You like to party your asses off, drink, dance, and the cool thing about it is the dancing is about enjoyment, not romance.
That's true.
Men dance with men.
That's true.
100%.
Women, old people dance with young people, kids, everybody.
It was like
dancing.
a rave. It was like, just move your body.
Move your body.
Whatever you gotta
It was
do.
like Burning Man, like a little bit. I literally thought of it, but there were, at no point in time we were like, oh, I think they're trying to hook up or that kind of shit like that. It wasn't sexual.
Who is the dude in the middle? Because I'm waiting for like the other shoe to drop or the hook.
Oh, no. Andrew Schultz has his entourage, and I think that guy's just part of his entourage of people that, like, he's just, I don't know who that is. I have no idea.
Okay, because I'm like, now it's getting to the point now we're almost 2 minutes in, and I'm like, I'm going to need somebody to tell me who this dude is.
He's just part of the
that's
entourage.
Standing off to the side. Okay, all right.
He's just part of the entourage. He's not the focal point, but he'll just chime in. Andrew Schultz will have people like that. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't on camera.
Okay.
This is, I think, from their old set. I think more often now you'll see everybody who's talking all that. It's just hilarious to me that Akash is the only one not in a getup.
No. It was just everybody go have a good time.
I didn't even think about that,
I'm telling you, man, a really cool aspect was that when you see everybody dancing, first of all, Indians can bust it down, but there are also Indians that can't, but it seems like nobody's insecure to dance.
That's true.
If you're a white person, you're not dancing at no black wedding.
And if you are...
You're not dancing. You're not dancing at a Latin wedding. You're not making a fool of yourself at a black or Latin
There's
wedding.
no line dance where you got to get it right.
It's just...
That's it.
Have fun. That's how you get
Okay, so this is so very, very true. I mean, I personally don't give a shit about because I can't dance worth shit. I'm a fool no matter where I'm dancing, so it's fine. Whether there's black people, white people, Asians, whatever. It's like I'm shitty at this, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. But like I've heard from Achar's experience, where like, because Achar can really like dance when she's in a setting where it's predominantly black people, and she sees that they're so good at dancing that she feels ashamed, and she'll just like stand off to the corner and she won't get down. She won't dance as much because she's like, I can't compete with that. I'm out of my my element here.
First off, not all black people can dance. Like that is a very big over the top stereotype.
Stop putting words in my mouth. I didn't say all black people can dance.
Because don't get it twisted. Because I'm black and I have a little bit of rhythm, and I get like, I'm like, there's some people I'm like, damn, you can like really, really get down, and I'ma just chill off to the side and fade the black. So I can understand, you know, the hesitancy. I can understand that.
I've been around Indians partying, and they party like nobody's business, dude. What Andrew Schultz is saying is so spot on. There's not anything necessarily sexual about it whatsoever. They're just partying because they feel like partying.
Yeah. If you're having fun, you're doing it right. If you're not, at least from the outside.
The only line dance we have is, I hadn't even done it. It's a Punjabi thing. It's called a Real Gaddi at the end, where you just get in line, everybody just runs around the room like a train.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no steps. If you don't know the Cupid Shuffle, you don't know the shit. You out. You look like a retard.
Yeah.
You can run in a line, man.
Hands in the air.
Hands in the air.
One of the things about dancing, I think it's most uncomfortable for people, is they don't know what to do with their arms.
Yeah.
So even if they are two-stepping, they're like, do I snap? Do I clap? They don't know. And then you guys just have it built in. Up in the air. You know what I mean?
That's the whole shit is everything. I was telling every white
people don't know.
person-
What do you think this shit is? Black people not knowing what to do with their fucking hands, so they have to build it into the dance. The Macarena is all. What do I do with my hands? Right?
I thought that was like trying to swat
the
flies.
Oh, that guy's I think that guy's actually Indian.
The guy on the laptop?
No, this dude right here. No, the guy on the laptop's black. I don't recognize him. I recognize these two dudes. I don't know who this person is. I don't know if he's there all the time or not. But he looks Indian. Like he actually knows what the hell he's doing with that. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. My bad.
I told every white person that was uncomfortable to dance, you just gotta shrug and then do something with it. Just shrug on beat and then just do whatever you want, and it all flies.
So we're watching everybody just like let loose. And again, I can't speak for you guys, but that was my experience. And I was like, oh shit, like I don't have to feel insecure. Everybody is either looking amazing or making a fool of themselves because it's all in the guise of fun. As long as you're having fun, you're doing the right thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, food.
Yeah.
Indian food is perfect wedding food.
Yeah.
Oh,
Indian
I can only
food
imagine.
is stews.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you go to like wedding, usually wedding food sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Sucks. Like,
Yeah.
And it's like you don't want to make 300 steaks at one time.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? You don't want to make 300 chicken parm.
Dude, these are facts, dude. This is very real. I mean, food is a huge. I know this is like true of many cultures, but food is a huge part of Indian culture. It's like a lot of food. Just you go into someone's place, you're gonna get fed, dude. You're gonna leave their home at least a few pounds more than when you walked in. You know?
See, now you're talking my language.
Let's go. And so you extrapolate from that the experience of being at an Indian wedding. You know what I'm saying?
One time. You know what I mean? That's lunchroom food for kids. Like that's the reason why it sucks when you go to public school. You get like this little bag lunch.
Right.
It sucks because you have to make 300. The Indian food is built for it.
Yeah.
The longer it sits in the stew,
The better.
it gets.
Yeah.
So we're having like this delicious food. Everybody's having a great time. I mean, it was just
I didn't
amazing.
even think about, because my parents, I have all these Indian kids I grew up with, a few of my groomsmen you met. Our parents were friends, had kids. Every weekend we would go to each other's house, they would just move the furniture in the living room and just put on music and dance. That's what a party was to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know you like went out to clubs and shit like that.
Yeah.
And there was always this thing they would do that I didn't realize I do it now all the time. If you're not dancing, they just pull you in and make you dance.
Yeah.
It doesn't. There is no judgment. There is no are you good or are you not. Just move your body, have fun. That's all we want.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize that until you said it just now. That's what I do. When I saw you guys at the bar on Friday, I was like, where the fuck are they? I went looking for you, and then I was like, every one of you, I was like, get your ass on the floor.
Yeah.
And then anybody that was insecure, I would just yank them in or shove them to the center and just be like, just go. Who cares?
So you know my girl is like, she hates attention.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
she does not
very,
want
it's very
attention.
cute.
She was dancing in the middle of the circle.
Yes.
That does not happen unless she feels incredibly she would never do that. She was
Right.
like, this is what she said. She's like, this is actually great practice for our wedding. I'm like, you wouldn't dance in the circle at your own wedding?
Yeah.
So it was just really cool to see that environment. And that doesn't exist everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. And
You guys got something.
I was trying to think what are the best way, or why are Indian weddings so fun? And I was thinking it's just any culture where family is really important, the wedding is probably fun. I've heard Greek weddings are fire.
Interesting.
Because it's a big family culture. Italian weddings are probably fire because it's family and it's food.
I think that part of the reason why Indian dancing is so much fun is because there's no peacocking. There's no mating calls happening in the dance floor. You're just dancing for the sake of having a good time. And that's it. There's no ulterior motive whatsoever. Okay. It's like that simple. I think that's fantastic because when you go to like a club or whatever, there's just like this other like element involved, and you feel people kind of watching you, and you know, people. I don't know. I was in Bangalore. I had a little bit of Hennessy. And I was dancing. I was having such a good time.
As you should.
That's
why they serve liquor at clubs. Well, at least in the old school.
Yep.
You know, I grew up in a time when dancing was like, it was just what you did. You know, like you would dress. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, you know, in 1996, like during like the Freaknik years. We would dress in a way that would facilitate dancing more so than it would facilitate do you look good. Like we come in with like small little towels, headbands to get the sweat, because you know we was getting down, and that's what it was. The culture has changed dramatically now, where now it's about being seen, leaning on the wall. Only a few people who are the elite dancers that are out there, you know, auditioning for the next music video. It's just a lot different now. Yeah, it's not that. You know, that safe space is not available anymore.
Exactly.
Fire. But then Indian weddings, if you go to India, it's just mad colors everywhere.
Dude,
everywhere.
It's the best wedding, man. Also, just the idea that like you want people to embrace your culture and dress up.
Yeah.
Like it was Halloween for us. Like we were going out getting costumes. Like we're trying to match shit. Like look at these things. We kept them, right?
Yeah.
We got sneakers. The
so
whole
many
thing.
people wanted to keep the pug, the turban. I was surprised. Yeah, you kept yours.
Oh, was
so
I
many
not
people.
Supposed to? Was I
no,
supposed
you
to do
absolutely
that?
can.
Okay,
Just don't like throw it on the ground or whatever. We don't mistreat it. But everybody was like, "Nah, I want to keep mine." That wasn't Indian. The Indians were like, "Nah, you can have it." Yo, hit this shit every once in a while when you say something dope.
I guess he's not Indian.
The punk's fire. And it was cool going to the Gurdwara. This guy was telling me that if you're hungry anywhere in the world, just go to a Gurdwara.
Yeah,
they'll feed you.
Yeah,
like they were feeding like the soldiers that they were fighting against.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like crazy.
Yeah, it's a big thing. It's called langar, and it's like a big like practice for Sikhs, which is like we feed people who need food.
Like even if we're beefing.
What's the real name? What's the actual name of
So Sikh is another way of pronouncing Sikh, just FYI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
the Golden Temple? I forget. The Varsab. I'm on this up. They feed like 50,000 people a day.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just really beautiful to like learn about that because we were in where the ceremony was.
Yeah.
That being said, that's my last religious ceremony at a wedding. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to do it anymore. Well, yeah, I am sick now.
Actually, you became sick.
I'm sick.
Mark bent the knee.
Can I tell you something?
I'm sick.
This is
He's
something
sick.
really important. Another thing Indians won't do at their wedding. This is really important. They won't tell you any of the rules. So you told us dress up in suits on Friday. We
Yeah.
dress up in suits on Friday. We come Saturday. All the Indians are in tuxedos and suits, and we're the only ones dressed in Indian outfits.
Yeah. No, you can wear. That's why I said when you were like, "What's?"
Hello. We're looking like we're making fun of the people there.
Dude, not at all. It is. You can wear Western or Eastern. That's why when you asked me,
Why'd
I
you
was
guys
like,
go Western? We would have went Eastern with you guys on Friday. and
Here's
Western
why a
was
lot of Indians.
Saturday.
If you go to a lot of Indian weddings, you can't really wear that suit again. But if you wear a suit as a dude, you just mix and match shirt and tie, and that's it. So I don't need. It's almost like, you know how women need outfits for every wedding or whatever. Like if you wear that outfit again, everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, you wore that shit." If I have a suit, I have a black suit. I just change out the shirt and the tie, and I'm good.
Right.
I have to buy a new one of those every single time I go to a wedding, and so it's like.
I've been wearing the same suit for the last 3 years. Every single wedding I go to. Your wedding, Mark's wedding, my own wedding.
That's what
will
we
be
do.
The same exact suit.
Well, I have one suit, so it's easy for Indian wedding. It works to do both. So I'm like, I'll just wear the suit at night, because then I just change out the shirt and tie. I don't have to shop. It's convenience. It's laziness.
All the Eastern people
Nobody-
went
Oh,
Western.
yeah,
all the
like,
Westerners
why are you
went
making it?
Eastern.
We're not the only. We showed up basically in blackface. We're wearing brown suits on Saturday night.
Yo, I feel him. I feel him, because if I had showed up like that too, I'd have felt some kind of way. I'd be like, I look like I'm making fun.
Yeah.
Like I need to be on everybody on the same page right now.
Yeah, I'm very reluctant to, unless it's encouraged by the Indians around me or like whatever the predominant ethnicity is around me.
Yeah.
I'm very reluctant because like I was in Japan for like a day on my way back from India, and there was 3 white chicks walking around wearing traditional Japanese garbs with the hair and everything, and I'm just like, I know that no one cares, but it just looks cringy. I don't know why. It just looks cringy to me. You know what I'm saying? It just like, come on. Do you see any other Japanese people wearing that? No, nobody. Nope, not one. Not one. Y'all look like a bunch of fools. Stop. Put a t-shirt on.
And I was walking in the hallway and I saw your cousin, who's maybe the most handsome Indian person I've ever seen in my entire
He's
life.
way 2.0, and it really bothers me.
Oh my God.
It's
2.0. You wish that is so handsome.
He's like, I cost 3,000. So.
100%.
Remember when the Terminator had to fight the Liquid? He's the Liquid.
He's been here before. What? You've met him.
No,
He went to the
I
old
would have
studio.
remembered
The
that.
old studio.
I would have remembered.
We would have been blown away by that.
Spread that man on some booty bread.
What just happened?
Son, I couldn't even talk to him.
And he's the sweetest kid on earth.
Don't be
dude.
sweet.
Don't
Don't be
sweet.
sweet.
He's the
Blue
nicest
eyes, fair
human
skin.
being.
I almost slapped him in his mouth. He goes, "You excited for tonight?" I was like, "Keep saying excited." Clean shit off your stomach. Yo, I'm telling you, that was a
100%.
handsome.
Secure talking to him, bro.
Super.
Yeah.
It felt uncomfortable, and he was in a tux. He goes, "Oh, you guys are going with the traditional attire tonight." While I'm seeing him in the tux, I'm like, "Oh, this motherfucker setting us up.
Yup.
Food.
Yeah.
You set us up the little food.
me tell you
And
something.
you set us up at the ceremony, at the Sikh ceremony. You didn't tell me we were going to be sitting there for 4 hours."
So like, it's like going to black churches. You're like, how long is this service? You're like, yo, it's like 5 p.m.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yo,
I enjoyed that.
you might have actually even just sold me on visiting their page a lot more. That was a great conversation. They had a great flow.
Just know, for those of you who are uninitiated with them, like they go hard edge with their comedy sometimes. Andrew Schultz does not give a shit what your comforts are, as he shouldn't. Comedy should kind of push your buttons sometimes. It should make you uncomfortable sometimes. Andrew Schultz goes there, and he goes there hard. But yeah, like their dynamic is very, very interesting, and I thought that was such a cool conversation, especially as someone who is like more familiar than your average Westerner with Indian culture, and like hearing Andrew Schultz's fresh perspective on it. I'm like, oh yeah. Like I see all that, and it's amusing to me to see what he's seeing through his eyes.
Yeah, it makes me more fascinated because I have a very stereotypical outlook on Indian culture because I only can base it off of some of the content that I've been watching through movies and stuff. And I know how, that can really like force a narrative that's not necessarily telling like the whole truth. So I would love to be a part of an Indian wedding so I can see it like from my own eyes.
Dude, careful what you wish for, man. You're gonna get invites up the wazoo in the comments. You're gonna get so many invites. Just make sure you get your plane ticket.
I'm just saying, man, it looks like, it's one of those things. It feels like you can't be told what it is. You have to experience it for yourself, right? It's like one of those kind of things.
It's like the Matrix. I would disagree with you in that your perspective on Indian stuff is stereotypes, because like the thing is, you're watching content that most Americans and Westerners would never have been exposed to. And so right then and there, you're already breaking past an understanding of what is a stereotype and what is not.
Yeah, okay. I feel that.
Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I had a lot of fun. So, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that as well. I'm Jabby Koi. This is...
Hey, it's your boy SYNTELL.
Peace out.